Hi everybody, I'm Jason Wilson with Ursula and Associates. Today we're going to be talking to you a little bit more about iBuyers. We'll be right back. All right, and welcome back. So today's topic is going to be iBuyers. What is an iBuyer and how does that work? That seems to be one of the big questions that we get, right? So iBuyer, some people say it's investor buyer. It actually just stands for internet buyer. What it is simply a play, in my opinion, on the old investor adages of we buy houses cash, or we buy ugly houses, which is actually a specific tagline for a specific brand that's out there. And so that's who they are. They're the internet buyer. What they've done is the investor buyer has met large pools of money with internet technology to be able to purchase your home with what they call little to no hassle. So what we're going to talk about is what that process looks like. And we'll create a few what we'll call fake companies and talk about what that process is like, because we've had several of our clients actually look into these opportunities, and the real question is what's the cost benefit? So the first thing is we'll talk about the wonderful company known as, we'll call it Chillo, right? All right, so Chillo is a large internet company that buys houses at the same time as has an internet presence, and in doing so, what you can simply do is say, buy my house. You click a button, you get an instant offer on that house. Now, the offer is the total gross price that they're going to pay for the property, minus fees, minus expenses, minus what is going to happen when they inspect the property and things that need to be addressed on the property itself. So we'll give you some examples. For example, let's say that the property that we're selling right now is $300,000. You say, okay, I'd like $300,000 for my house. I'm going to hire a professional real estate agent like Ursula and Associates to be able to come out and sell my property that's valued at $300,000. Wait a second. Let me go on to this internet website and click the box and see what kind of offer they give me. And you go, okay, that sounds great. So the first thing that happens is you click on it and they come up with a relatively close offer, sometimes a really good offer. And you go $290. That's not bad. You say, I don't have to put it on the market. I don't have to do anything to it. They're going to bring me a $290 offer. This sounds fantastic. Maybe I should take this, and then I don't have to pay the real estate commission. I don't have to pay any of these things. Well, here's the reality. When you get this, they have their fees. Now, they don't call it a real estate commission, but, you know, fees are fees are fees, right? So their fees on this can range anywhere between 7 and in some cases I've seen 12%. Now, this varies from iBuyer to iBuyer. Some may be lower, some may be higher, but the sweet spot is somewhere in the middle there, right? And so this is the fees that they're going to charge. So that comes off the price. So $290 with these fees, you subtract that out. So let's just say that the number falls in the middle at 10%, right? So that means you're going to have $29,000 in fees. So you're going to subtract what amounts to, rounding up, $30,000 from that 90, leaving you with a total of $261, right? So realistically, your offer is close to $261. Now, commissions may be 5, 6, 7% as well in there, so their numbers are going to come off. But right now, you've already exceeded that on top of it. Furthermore, this is before they inspect the property or ever see it. They come out, they look at the property. Remember, they're buying it as is, so they're not going to make you do anything to the property. However, let's just say you have a large retention pond in your backyard. It's the reason we were asking $300,000 for this wonderful house, because, you know, a lot of the neighbors look like they might be worth $320 or more, but they have huge backyards where your entire backyard is a retention pond. So we know that we've priced it taking into account the condition. Well, they haven't. Then they're going to look at the property and do an inspection and come up with whatever the value of those items are. So the topography of the land, let's just say they take another 20 grand off for that. Then they find miscellaneous stuff in the house. HVAC system is perfectly functioning, but it's older. Hot water heater system is perfectly functioning, it's older. So they go, okay, those things are about, you know, $10,000 to replace. So we're only going to ask for $5 grand. So we're going to take another $5 grand off here, and we're just going to subtract another $25,000 from this particular number that's here, right? And so then you end up with your net number. Well, the thing is that if we got you an offer at $300,000, even if we charged you 10% commission, which would be $30,000, your net is going to be significantly higher. So it gives you a little bit of what the idea. Now, most of these companies do, they're fairly straightforward. You're not bound to a contract to be able to get an offer, so that you can get this information for free. So a couple things. One, in consulting with Ursula and Associates, we can get you these offers and actually be able to break down what's in them on your behalf. As with you as our client, we can go to them and say, we would like to get an offer from one of these companies or multiple of the company for your house. So that's number one. Number two, we can go through and take a look at and say, if we were to sell at what we believe we could net you versus what this will net you, and compare. In actual real life examples, I've done about 4 different deals in which we have gotten companies, not all the same company, to give us iBuyer offers. In the best case scenario, it was a $6,000 better net to the client to hire us. In most cases, it was 5 figures. Biggest one was $38,000 that we would net the client $38,000 more dollars. So understand that iBuyer is one of the new trends that's out there. And in fact, Keller Williams is coming out with an iBuyer program to have this option for you if this truly is the best fit for convenience and time, so that we can take care of you guys in that, as well as looking at the actual cost, right? Is the time savings worth $30,000 of your personal money? That is something that only you can make a decision on. So that's a little bit about iBuyers. Just watch for fees and when they do the inspection and what your net outcome is going to be. That's the big one. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next time. Talk to you soon.